All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. And what I'm going to get into today is basically talking about how I think a lot of relationship advice that is given is full of shit. And one of the reasons I'm talking about this is because I get hit up a lot because I try to help men find the woman or women of their dreams, even if they've been through a bad breakup or divorce. I also try to help with fitness, wardrobe, hygiene, and other things as well. But a lot of times when I get hit up, people want advice regarding relationships or what they're going through or things in that nature. That is definitely not my forte. I am more like, I guess you could say, I was just thinking about maybe like a real estate agent, kind of to a certain degree. I kind of maybe will help you find the house that you're looking for or help guide you. Once you get the house, it's kind of none of my business, what you do inside of your house or the way what you do at your house in general, what's going on, all that type of stuff. That is none of my business. And one of the reasons I really want to touch upon this subject is because I do sometimes will give advice if somebody asks me. But a lot of times I will tell people, I am not you. I do not live your life. Truthfully, I have no idea what your relationship consists of. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what you've done, what the other person's done, or any of these things. I can just go by what you're telling me, which, again, a lot of times I'm going to say, I think a lot of people telling you things when it comes to maybe them wanting advice regarding their relationships is kind of bullshitty a lot of times. They're only kind of telling you their side of the story. Or they're only telling you what you want to hear. Now, I was fortunate enough to hang out with a psychologist for many, many years. And he was one of my closest friends. So we go back and forth regarding many different things. And I've also spoke with psychologists regarding family and different things, even growing up and things in that nature. And, a lot of times, and I don't want to say that a lot of psychiatrists, did I say psychologists? Anyway, psychiatrists, either one, like that they don't know what they're talking about. They're very intelligent, I think, most of these people, and they get their degree, and they're, I think a lot of times they want the best for everyone. They really do want to talk it out or work with people to help them live a better life. I definitely believe that, but I do think what people have to understand is a lot of times you're getting advice from people that have really no idea of kind of how, again, you live your life. It kind of reminds me of growing up in a very, I guess you could say, religious family background. And a lot of religious figures, I don't want to out them, when it came to my mother, I noticed, because she got a divorce at a young age, and they're always kind of telling her what she should and shouldn't do, or what she should have done, and now what she should be doing, and all these things. And a lot of people are giving her advice. We're never married, don't have kids, they're not in relationships, and it just amazed me. And I would look at these people, and I don't want to out them again, and just say, how do you know what it is to be my mother? It would be like me telling them how they should live their life and carry on their career, especially if they're, involved with religion on a higher level, if that's their livelihood, let's say. They would look at me like I'm crazy, right? Because I do think a lot of people, and this goes for religious people as well, when it comes to advice, when it comes to relationships, a lot of times they kind of look at you, if you're not doing what they're doing, is you're kind of wrong, you're sinning, or you're not right a lot of times. And this is one of the reasons why you're having all these problems, is because you don't live this certain lifestyle that they claim they lead. And here's the deal though, most of those people that are saying that to you, they're not leading that either. A lot of people giving you relationship advice are lying to you. A lot of them cheat, a lot of them lie. A lot of them do a lot of things that you'd be shocked, behind closed doors. And I am going to say this too. If you really are looking truthfully for relationship advice, I think, what you really want to find is somebody that you could kind of relate to. I'm not saying identical, because no one, again, lives the same lifestyle. But if, say me, for instance, if I had to help somebody who's, a CEO of a company, and I'm telling him relationship advice, that's kind of whack. I don't know what the stress that he's going through, what he goes through running a company maybe, and I don't know, his wife, he's living a multi-million-dollar lifestyle, so there's different types of stresses that I've never gone through as far as spending money or trying to live this certain lifestyle, all these different type of things. How would I tell him truthfully? I can maybe give him advice on how to date maybe, or what I would do something fun in a relationship. But I sure as hell don't really know what it is to be in his shoes. And that would be the same as if somebody's, in poverty to a certain degree, or has something that's, they financially are always struggling. They're in a relationship. They may live in an area I have no idea. They have a different background, nationality-wise, religion, all these things. Again, I can give my 2 cents. But at the end of the day, how much advice can I truly give them? They're so different than I am. And they live such a different life than I do. So, this is just one of these podcasts that just kind of came to me because, I love helping people. And I am by no means, and I tell people, I am by no means a relationship expert. But what I've realized a lot of times when people are giving advice, or when it comes to relationships, those people a lot of times are the most screwed up. A lot of them people, I think, to a certain degree, a lot of them are single for one, which is hysterical, or they're not in as good of a relationship as they think. Or, I was thinking of something too, and God, I'm trying to remember it right now. I was thinking about it in the sauna, in the gym, and I wish it would come to me right now. And it was regarding, second marriages, or second, go-arounds. I think a lot of people, I am going to wrap it up with this with marriage, because I think a lot of times when we get divorced, it affects everybody, obviously, in our life. And I was one of the first ones, I was in a relationship for the longest period of time, for a long time, and I was the first one to get married. But on the flip side then, after a certain amount of time, I was the first one to get divorced. So a lot of my close friends, family members, colleagues, and everybody were kind of shocked when I got a divorce because I really did get along with my ex-wife. And my point being is here, a lot of people were trying to give me advice. And again, they had no idea what they were talking about. Not that they're just trying to help out, and I understand that. But let's take, a lot of people now, they get a divorce. And I think a lot of times when they think they're going to get in a second relationship or get married or date, it's going to be easier to a certain degree, especially the second go-around. I'm here to tell you, most likely it's going to be a lot harder. You're just going to most likely be a lot more patient, though. Because I used to see people a lot of times they get married a second time. And then they get divorced too, just as much as anybody else. And I think statistically I heard it, people find it, more people I think, or it's just as, it's not that uncommon to get divorced a second time. People think it's usually you get married once and then the second time go around, most people stick together. That's not the case. I forgot the stats, but it's pretty shocking how many people get divorced a second time. And I know one of the reasons why, again, and I'm going to tell you, if you are getting into another relationship or get married, here's some relationship advice, at least from my perspective. Don't underestimate the complications that's going to come your way. Especially if you have kids, and I'm just saying, you have kids, they have kids, and then you have kids together. That mine, ours, yours, whatever that saying is. Yours, mine, and ours type thing. You're going to be dealing and juggling so many different things, not only in your second marriage, but also whatever's going on with your exes and what's going on in her relationships as well. It's very complicated relationships, and again, nobody lives the same lifestyle. So, just to wrap this up, a lot of times you just have to discover what works best for you. A lot of times you'll know the answers to your own questions when it comes to relationship advice. A lot of times it's not working out. I'm not saying you got to get a divorce, but maybe it is so toxic, it is time to separate. Maybe other times you think, hey, this is worth working out. Don't always expect everyone else to give you the answers that you already know either. You know it, like I said. You know what most likely you should do. You probably know what's best for you, and if you have children, them as well. If you have no idea what to do, that's a different situation than I would just say, then where were you all this time in this relationship? Were you not paying attention? Now, if you get blindsided, somebody cheats or leaves you, or just you had no idea, leaves you for another person, I feel horrible for you. That's a whole nother situation. I'm not even going to get into that right now. And I don't have the answer for you what to do, but I will say one thing is you have to move on in your life, regardless whatever happens in your life. You have to, if it's a relationship with whoever you were with or whoever you're going to be with, or that goes for your kids, family members, and everybody else. Sometimes it's just hard when relationships end, kind of what to do. And I know we have to talk to others to sometimes get advice, but again, pay attention to the advice you're getting, because a lot of times it's bullshit, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, if you want, you can check out my program, masteringselfconfidence.com. I'm at richcelenza.com. Yeah, questions or comments, hit me up. Take care.